for our friend from California? Seeing none, we'll move to our next witness. I'd like to recognize the gentlewoman from Florida, Ms. Wasserman Schultz, for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, Ranking Member, for the chance to share how vital the Water Resources Development Act is for Florida. And a special thanks to Chairman DeFazio for his leadership on this committee over the years. His knowledge and expertise will be sorely missed by everyone in Congress. Chairman DeFazio was critical in developing the Bipartisan Water Resources Development Act, which authorizes Army Corps of Engineers civil works activities. From restoring the Everglades and investing in our ports, to fighting rising seas by nourishing beaches and managing flood risk, Florida engages with the Army Corps of Engineers on so many urgent fronts. Few are more critical than the deepening and widening of Port Everglades in my congressional district, a project that will dramatically improve supply chain efficiencies and port operations. And while I could spend an hour on the ups and downs of this project, I'm going to bottom line it for you. In an effort to protect vital coral reef and other environmental assets, the cost of the Port Everglades deepening and widening project rose significantly, well above the authorized limit approved by this committee in WRDA 2016. Typically, the Corps would produce what's known as a post-authorization change report to substantiate their increased cost. However, my colleagues from Florida and I asked that the increased cost be approved through this WRDA bill, as was done for previous projects as recently as the Water Resources Development Act of 2020. Because without the language now, the port will be on the hook for the entire increased cost of the project, or it will stop while we wait for WRDA 2024. As America wrestles with supply chain issues, neither option is acceptable. One reason for the increased costs is because we learned lessons from other widening and deepening projects. Our port professionals and the Army Corps learned from experiences that we must take time to understand potential impacts this could have on our cherished coral reefs. Despite the cost increases and setbacks, we have made substantial progress already. The revised supplemental EIS is currently open for public comment, and the reconfiguration of the Coast Guard Station, Fort Lauderdale, the first construction portion of this project, is scheduled to break ground next spring. This will be a brand new state-of-the-art facility for our Coast Guard, which is badly needed and long overdue. Finally. It's hard to believe that the Port Everglades project, Madam Chair, began in 1996. That's 26 years ago. Under ideal circumstances, including this authorization being included in this WRDA bill, construction won't be complete before 2032, another 10 years from now. We cannot wait any longer for the Port Everglades deepening and widening project to begin. I look forward to working with you further on this and getting the project authorization increase approved in this WRDA bill. Another issue I want to bring to your attention is related to the extension of 2 beach renourishment projects in Broward County, both of which expire soon. The recently introduced SHORE Act would reauthorize both projects, as well as other projects in Florida and elsewhere for an additional 50 years. I support reauthorizing these projects in this WRDA bill and appreciate your ongoing attention to the extension of shore protection projects that will expire soon. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the importance of the Everglades, which many of us refer to as the river of grass, not the port I just referred to. But thanks to the Biden administration, we secured $1.1 billion in funding for Everglades restoration through the bipartisan infrastructure bill. To continue this recent historic progress, we must continue to advance projects that remove barriers to sending water south and restore the historic flow paths of the Everglades. To do this, the Army Corps needs flexibilities to fund large-scale projects. For example, the Army Corps could fund larger SERP projects by utilizing an incremental funding approach. We can help advance these projects by providing this flexibility in the WRDA bill, and I look forward to working with the committee on this and your leadership. Thank you for your efforts to develop and pass a new WRDA bill in the 117th Congress, and I appreciate the work that you put into this legislation and look forward to helping you pass this bill this year. Thank you so much, Madam Chair and Ranking Member.
We thank the gentlelady. Are there any questions for the gentlelady from Florida?
Good work. Thank you.
Seeing none, now take the opportunity to introduce our